welcome to the PROMATION booth here at SMTAi in Chicago. I'm delighted to be joined by Gary Goldberg, an old industry colleague and friend. Congratulations, Gary, on your association with Quick, but tell me a little bit about that. How did that come about?
Well, several years ago, we were at the show in Germany, and I ran into Quick there and was quite impressed, actually. And I made it a very specific requirement to go to their factory and visit and meet with their president, look at their capabilities, and see how their capabilities matched with some of our technologies and our needs for the North American markets. The relationship was birthed, obviously, and through a technology share, we created this new IS platform, which you'll be talking about shortly, that we're very, very proud of.
I'm not surprised. It really is it's got a lot of innovation in it and very well designed. But you were known historically for doing laser soldering systems, but you've turned your focus more onto the soldering side. So tell us a little bit about that.
Laser soldering was found to be a very finicky, unique type process. If the board designers or the manufacturers weren't very specific in their board designs, it was a very unfriendly process. And while I'll call kind of sexy, it's not really that functional in the overall scheme of manufacturing, not as flexible as these other systems. And so we've kind of turned our eye to where it's really going to make a bigger impact for our customers, have a more positive effect in their manufacturing output and in the overall quality.
And I gather you're getting a lot of interest from the tier ones and various other people.
Yes, the IS platform was truly designed for mid to high volume with a 1-year ROI in mind.
It's a very impressive system, and so to tell us more about the IS is your technical expert and son, Mike Goldberg. Welcome, Mike.
Hi, good morning, Trevor.
So let's take a look inside this machine a little bit closer. It's got various different tips. You want to start and go through some of the key features of the system?
Yeah, so to start, the system is built on a rugged steel-welded frame. We feature a high-accuracy Cartesian gantry. The system is outfitted with some nice features such as topside IR preheat. Additionally, the system is really fully configurable to meet the customer's specific needs. As such, the customer can order a topside and bottom-side IR preheat station. We feature a lift and locate elevator in the platform to positively locate the product for the soldering process. Of course, for high thermal conductivity, we can also integrate a third IR preheat station where the lift and locate elevator is. So really offering complete long-term flexibility for customers to meet their specific soldering requirements and challenges. The system has some nice additional features again, such as our solder tip correction device. So as time progresses and use of the system, the solder tip wears down, we can automatically jog the robot or the platform to a specific point and dynamically offset the solder tip to compensate for some of the location discrepancies that occur with normal solder tip wear.
So solder tip correction, is that this part here?
Correct. Yeah. Correct. Yes, we compensate for our z-axis, y, and x-axis.
Okay. I noticed on the tip as well, you've got full fume extraction going out of the front.
Yes, the system comes with integrated fume extraction. We have two rear topside ports that allow for internal plumbing of the system. Additionally, we do have an end effector fume extraction as well to pull the fumes away from the camera lens. Of course, as you see on the system, we feature a high-def process viewing witness camera to allow for an exploded view of the soldering process, whether the system is open or closed.
So you can actually see what's going on inside, open or closed.
Absolutely, and the system is capable of running. Sometimes we understand manufacturers like to view their process as a showpiece, so having the door open can really lend some added excitement to the system itself.
Right. Yeah, and that's a really neat idea. You can see from these bars here that there's a barrier. If your hand goes beyond this point, it stops.
Correct. As seen right now, we've broken the light curtain, and as such, per safety requirements, we have halted the system. But by simply reactivating the origin button on the system, we can reinstate the program and continue soldering. But you're correct. We use a Keyence SLZ finger detect light curtain to make sure that operator safety is first and foremost. But having the bells and whistles on the systems, it's a great showpiece for any customer looking to to entice their customer clientele as well.
What about the materials it uses, the cord wire and things like that? Does it use specific ones, or can it use any material? And does it have any limitations in temperature that it was up to?
So the IS system, along with the cumulative products that we have through Quick, actually offer the most affordable and the latest and greatest technology. For example, on the solder tip or the soldering iron, for example, we use a high-frequency AC current, with a real-time thermal feedback loop. On the solder feeder itself, it can be configured with 3 different technologies for perforating the flux cord solder wire to allow for better outgassing the inner flux core. And what that does is eliminate the effects of solder ball or flux splatter defects as per IPCJ standard. Additionally, all these things can be configured. We also offer nitrogen output assist, heated or cooled nitrogen. Additionally, as we mentioned, the tip correction device. There's really just a slew of additional upgrades you can get on the system, servo upgrades, vision guidance upgrades. Customers really have ultimate flexibility to meet their demands with adding, for example, a secondary head. As a standard work cell, it offers that complete customization factor I think that every manufacturer is looking for.
What about teaching the robot? I mean, is the software and the teaching process quite quick and easy?
So one of the questions I get asked all the time is, what's the ease of programming? And I have to say it's really it's a golden question, because the benefit here is that whether you're buying into the technology we have on our tabletop soldering robots, at a nominal price level, you're offering the same type of programming. So if the customer or the manufacturer looks to make the jump from an entry-level system up to an integrated inline system, there's absolutely no additional training curve needed. You're using the same programming. So it uses a point-and-teach teaching pendant, where you manually drive the system to the soldering location, program the soldering parameters for outfeed length, dwell time, etc. And you can expand, step, and repeat, or extrapolate those across your multi-up panel. Additionally, we have array functions, which you can program a single workpiece and effortlessly, remote program those across the remainder of the board. So programming is really a nice and easy to use something. Really, on this system, you're also offered the flexibility for quick changeover, which can be very important for customers. In the traditional sense, when we talk about changeover from, for example, a leaded to a lead-free process, purging normal systems in the market today can be a very timely and costly something. This system, because we're using a flux cord solder wire with an output tube and a solder tip, really we're replacing 2-3 components, and we've changed the system over in approximately 15 minutes. So really quite a significant time saver, in addition to better allocation of materials.
Well, I have to say, Mike, it's incredibly well designed, and the price point is actually, and we don't talk about prices on this program, but I have to say it's very attractive. Thank you for showing us. I know you won a Global Technology Award. I can see now it was well deserved. So congratulations and thanks for joining us.
Thank you, Trevor.